What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Eclectic Beard Reactions. Let's go around, get another accent for you. This time, it's actually a conversation back and forth between me and a fella that speaks Cockney. Actually, the Cockney rhyming slang video that I took a look at, it was inspired by the back and forth we had on Instagram. So, before we go any further, like, subscribe, notification bell. Here you go.
How you doing, brother? I saw your old YouTube video about asking for the old accents. I'm a East London Cockney boy, so this is how we speak Cockneys, East London.
Well, thank you for sending me a recording of you talking in your accent. I'm loving hearing the differences in the accents across England, and I've gotten a few from Scotland, and it's just also fascinating to me, I guess, because the variance that's over there. And thank you so much. Thanks for sending it, and it's so cool to hear.
Listen, mate, in England, right, particularly in England, the accent changes every 25 miles. It also as well depends on whether you're poor or wealthy as well. So, like, for example, I'm working class, lower working class, so I sound like this, but someone who's middle class in London will sound different from me. Do you know what I mean? That's how it works. So, but I've got a really strong London accent.
I find it highly interesting how between the classes the accents over there change, because we don't really have that so much here. Because we've got folks around here that pretty well to do, but yet they sound countrier than I do, and I've got a pretty nice accent for around here. So that's really, I mean, that's one of the more fascinating things for me about England in general is the difference between the accents in class.
To be honest with you, what freaks me out most about America is that someone who's from the country in the north sounds the same as someone who's from the south and lives in the country as well. But people, say from Dallas, Texas in the city, sound the same to me as they do in the north. They might have a little difference, but there ain't much to it. Do you know what I mean? So that I don't understand. But to be honest with you, I hear that most countries are like that. So England's very, very different in that sense. But yeah, I mean, I'm not even actually English. I was born in Wales. So really I should talk more like this. You're right there, boy. How you doing today? Yeah, down the valleys, West Wales. But I was obviously moved over here when I was a kid. So like, I've just been, I sound like a Cockney, someone from London. I'll give you a video to look up to understand how people like me talk. See, I'm dumbing my accent down so that you can understand me. But look up Cockney rhyming slang. Yeah, that's how I usually talk. See, I'm sort of making it more understandable for you to understand me. But I speak in rhyming slang, which is a totally different dialect, basically a different language, really.
Well, I will definitely check out that video. I might actually take and do that as a video, just because the fact that you say that you're having to dumb it down, that's like, oh wow, because it's way more, way more than sometimes I think I bargained for when I ask to take and hear stuff or listen to stuff, because I'm not from there. So I mean, I know there's going to be a lot of nuances I'm not going to get, but thank you so much for replying. I've enjoyed the little back and forth just with the messaging here. This has been nice hearing from you.
I had a bit of trouble with I had a Barney rubber with a trouble and strife, so I went down the rubber dub, and had no bees and honey in my pocket, so I couldn't buy a pint of lager. Translated, that means I had an argument with my wife, so I fucked off down to the pub, and I went to buy a pint of lager, but I couldn't afford it. Rhyming slang. Basically, what it means is rhyming slang. So, for example, Ruby Murray, yeah, it means curry. So if rather than say I'll have a curry, I'll say I'll have a Ruby Murray. Or bees and honey is money. So I would say, well, I've got no bees and honey. basically the last word will rhyme with what you're trying to say, and that's what rhyming slang is. That's what I sort of speak in. But usually what we do, we shorten that as well. So rather than saying, I've got no bees and none in my pocket, I say, I've got no bees in my pocket. And instead of saying, oh, I'm going for a Ruby Murray, I'll say, I'm going for a Ruby.
Oh my God, I love that. That's the most unique thing I think I've heard today. That is freaking awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, look it up, look it up. I mean, there'll be people on the internet and all that, that'll explain it better than me. You know, I'll just speak it, I can't explain it. But look it up, mate, and do like a video on it. Definitely, people would love that, because people love Cockneys. Cockneys are famous.
I will definitely do so. Thank you so very much. Like today, with everybody that's sent me something, it's been a learning experience, and it makes me even more appreciative of the community that I have. I thank you so very much.
Just an extra one for you. That geezer's lost his Barnet fare, so he wears a syrup of figs. Have you had a Scouser message you yet? Like a Liverpool accent, a Scouser. They sound like this, lad, don't they? Hey, you want to get a can of Coke, lad? They talk like that. You'd know if you'd heard it. It's fucking horrible.
No, no, none of those accents so far. I've had very posh accents sent, and Scottish, and Australian, and Welsh, and yeah, none of the Scouse though.
Yeah, I'll send you a video of two Scousers with the normal Scouse accent.
Okay, after hearing that, apparently I don't need anybody to send a video in or a recording in because yeah, I watch Liverpool's games, or not. I don't so much watch their games as I listen to Redmen TV, and yeah, I've talked to a couple people. Actually, one of my buddies sounds kind of like that. So,
Oh, nah, come on, you can't be a Liverpool fan, can ya? That's a dirty word, mate, dirty word. It's all about the mighty Crystal Palace. Yes.
yeah, well, he kind of got to me and kind of told me that he was a fan of Liverpool, and I started watching just because I'd never really watched football other than NFL that we have over here, which is not really football at all. I'm actually preferring rugby now, to be honest with you. But yeah, he got to me early. He's the one who introduced me to the TT races, and so yeah, I could just kind of, I don't know, I guess become a fan secondhand. You would say, because it's the only other, I don't know of any other teams really. I know Man City and Man United, and well, hell, I know more than what I thought of it. Anyways, yeah, so I guess unfortunately I'm a fan of Liverpool, especially since they can't score for the last 5 games.
You're an honorary Englishman, mate. You called it football. I was waiting for you to say that. I would have ripped my hair out if you said soccer. Do you know what? I watched American football yesterday, like for the Super Bowl, for the first time ever. I don't get it. I don't get how people can watch it. Like, it just don't seem. There's more breaks, like more adverts than there is actual sport. And they don't really seem to do a lot. We've got rugby over here, which is like a similar game, but like much more entertaining, and it's non-stop. There's no stop, start, and all that. It's proper, like full on 80 minutes. All right, I like basketball. I'm watching it now as it goes, but I can't watch that American football. I think it's a load of shit. But then again, I'm not brought up in the culture. I'm sure if I was American, I'd probably enjoy it. But now listen, if you've picked Liverpool, mate, stick with them. Nothing worse than someone that changes teams. It's not allowed. Football's tribal in England and all that. Tell you what you want to look at, just for curiosity and all that. Look into the hooligan scene and all that in England, because the truth is, English people love a punch up, like they love a fist fight, and it's one of the most popular pastimes. But the old football fans like getting into punch ups in the streets and all that. Just type in English football hooligan compilation and loads will come up. and you'll be amazed at how stupid people can get over a game. The English are a violent race. I don't think people realise that until they visit. Like I've got a mate who's American, and he come down like to the boozer with me, and he could not believe how easy. Like he come down to the boozer and we went to 3 different pubs and he saw 3 different fights. You know, like, and it freaked him out. He's like, you don't see that in America. And I was like, I know. And I was like, the reason why you don't see it in America is because every fucker's got a gun. Like, none of us have got guns here. So we've got no real threat of repercussions. English people are born fighting. Like, they just live for punch-ups. That's why we conquered the fucking world. Despite being a tiny nation, island race.
Oh, I completely get the tribalism. I'm more of a college football fan. I prefer it to the NFL and like the Super Bowl because I think I might have watched 2 minutes. I had more fun watching Wales beat Ireland and then Scotland also beating England in the Six Nations tournament this weekend. I thoroughly agree with you. It's 80 minutes of action. It's not a bunch of bunch of stop and goes, and it's just. I agree. Too many stoppages. But as far as like the tribalism, I completely get that from the aspect of always rooted for University of Alabama. That's my team. That's who I'll die rooting for, and it'll be the same way with Liverpool now. We even had a fan over here, our rival team, the Auburn Tigers. We had a fan. Auburn was known for their 2 giant oak trees that were like hundreds of years old. This idiot went to Auburn University and poisoned the trees and then bragged about it on radio. So that's how the idiot got caught. So yeah, most time you don't see an Alabama fan marrying an Auburn fan, and multiple fights happen. But I don't think the tribalism is quite as stout as it is for the football clubs over there.
What you got to do, mate, stick with your team. Loyalty's valued. Loyalty's big time valued in England. What people hate is foreign fans, like from abroad and all that. Not because they don't want foreign fans, because they have a tendency to change when it ain't going well. When the truth is, most people support their team in their local area, so it's good that you lot obviously support your local team.
I have greatly enjoyed this back and forth. I'm about to take and turn in for the night. I hope you have a lovely evening and lovely day.
No worries, geezer. Have a good one.
And there we have it. That's a conversation I had with a fella that speaks in Cockney, and I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed that back and forth that I had with him. See, it's stuff like this. Reason why I've fallen so in love with the culture and the people, and I keep looking into history and traditions and stuff like that. Even it's comedy and just stuff like this. Y'all be good to each other. Love yourselves. Let me know what you think in the comments. And hey, you see, I've got Instagram. If you haven't sent me a recording of your accent yet, please do so. I'd love to hear it. Even if I've already heard the accent before, I do voice messages back. Take and have a conversation. So, peace. All right, be good to each other. Love yourselves. Peace.